Hello and welcome to Blackboard Modernization Strategies for Administrators. Whether you are an instructor who wants to create engaging courses or maybe a student eager to make the most out of your learning journey, Blackboard provides you with the tools and resources to succeed. Maybe you're a new user or maybe have some familiarity with Blackboard. This workshop aims to provide you with the necessary foundation to confidently navigate the platform and use its features to enhance your teaching or learning experience. So let's dive in and unlock the potential it offers to create engaging and successful online learning environments. Get ready to explore the platform, gain practical skills, and discover how Blackboard can revolutionize the way you teach or learn. For this webinar, we have the following goals. We want to understand the different methods available for institutions transitioning courses to Ultra, also identify configuration for Ultra courses, understanding the AI design assistant, and also reviewing some key Ultra features. Let's start with Blackboard interface. Our Ultra interface makes it the most modern LMS available today. And just in the past several months, we've released hundreds of new features with intuitive workflows that work wonderfully on all devices, helping students and instructors engage the way they want to. And our process to get here has been highly collaborative one. We've received feedback from hundreds of students, instructors, and administrators from all around the world, which has fed directly into our product development. If you're not already, we'd love for you to be part of that process, joining our community of clients whose ideas and suggestions inspire us to build a product that aligns with your needs. There's much more to Blackboard than ever before. Let's start reviewing the different conversions methods available for you. At Anthology, we can support three different approaches to course conversion from original to ultra courses. They are listed on the screen here. The first one is Rebuild. Redesign courses to fully utilize the enhanced course experience. Standardize courses by adopting an instructional or departmental template to ensure a consistent experience for all students. The second option will be Reuse and Rebuild, the opportunity to review, update, and optimize content without the need for a complete review. Standardize new courses by offering instructors a template to complete. Easily reuse items that could be assignments, discussions, tests, etc., by copying them from the original course to the Ultra format. And reference the old course to copy and paste content or retrieve files as necessary. And the third option will be bulk conversion. This is native and is provide LMS administrators with the ability to bulk convert courses from original to ultra. The output cannot be previewed and is fixed. Once the courses are converted, you cannot roll back. There is also an option to copy and convert, preserving the original course for reference. Now let's check the conversion settings or the main settings that you'll need through this process. The first one will be additional level of nest items. By default, courses in Ultra Course View support up to three levels of hierarchy on the course content page. However, this setting can be challenging when converting a course from the original course view to the Ultra Course View, as content at deeper levels gets moved to the lowest level supported in Ultra Course View. To address this challenge, administrators have the option to use one additional level of content nesting. The additional folder depth will reduce the flattening of course organization content during the conversion process for this type of courses. Please note that once this setting is activated, you can't revert back. You will also like to check the conversion of content areas into learning modules. Converting to learning modules is helpful for learners navigating courses with more than one content area used to organize course materials. Learning modules are recommended as they provide a structured way to organize course content, allowing learners to navigate through material sequentially. with easy minimizing distractions and promoting a focused learning experience by providing forward and backward navigation arrows, eliminating the need for extra clicks. Learning modules are also provide the instructor with the ability to include thumbnails, images, and enforce sequence, ensuring that learners move through the content in the order that was intended by the instructor. When this option is turned on, the content areas in original courses and organizations will become learning modules at the top level. And the third setting to check here will be convert and deploy tests to question banks. This feature is designed to give administrators control over the handling of undeployed tests during course conversion. By default, this option is off, and administrators must manually turn this option on if they wish to utilize it. When turned on, the Convert and Deploy Test to Question Banks option allows administrators to decide how undeployed tests will be processed during course conversions. When turned on, this option automatically converts all undeployed tests into question banks. If the option remains turned off, the undeployed test will appear as hidden items on the course content page and will generate a corresponding column in the gradebook. There are some bulk convert options for administrators. As a Blackboard administrator, you have two bulk convert options to convert courses and organizations from Blackboard Original to Ultra. The first one will bulk convert. Selected courses and organizations can be converted from the original view to the Ultra view while preserving enrollments. However, activity data, including submissions, discussion, responses and replies, grades, and other related information, will not be preserved during the conversion. Additionally, once the conversion is complete, instructors will not have the option to revert back to the original view. For bulk copy and convert, this is the recommended option here. When you convert selected courses and organizations from the original view to the Ultra view, a copy is made and that copy is then converted. Instructors and leaders can access both versions of the course or organization, the original and ultra views, giving them the flexibility to adjust content by referring to the original view while working on the ultra version. Just keep in mind that enrollments and activity data won't be carried over during the conversion. You can check the status of the course conversion through the System Task Status page. Please note that bulk conversions are sets of queued tasks. Creating content for courses takes time and thoughtful planning. If instructors teach multiple courses that use similar content, they may want to copy content items and folders between courses to save time. In the Ultra Course view, they can copy content from other courses they teach so they don't have to start with a blank slate. Using a template and copying content items by item allow instructors to organize content more efficiently and provides them with the opportunity to rethink their course structure without starting from scratch. Instructors can easily copy their entire course. So if you maybe they don't want to go item by item, but they already have review with course in original, and you want to provide this option to them. So instructors can easily do that entire copy, entire course copy from the original view to the ultra view. When they do a full course copy, all settings like due dates, visibility states, and release conditions are preserved. However, they will need to review their course for potential course exceptions and to check the exception report to identify any conversion issues. Let's move to some key configuration here. The future flags for early adopters are located under the Ultra experience is here by selecting the configure options. This will bring up early access for available features, and this is in your admin panel. Once a feature is ready for general availability, we'll remove its toggle from the available features list and it will be available to all users. will announce in future release notes when each feature toggle will be removed. As new features are released, you get to decide when to enable them for testing at your institution. You can offer early access to your users, making sure it's at a time that's least disruptive to courses and schedules. Future flags can be enabled in test to make sure the future aligns with your institution's policy before enabling in your production environment. Please note that features you see on the screen may change based on future releases. Once a feature is ready for general availability, we'll remove its toggle from the available feature list and it will be available to all users, as I said before. So stay tuned for further announcements and the future release notes when each feature toggle will be removed. This slide shows the location to adjust common tool configuration. You will see on the next slide that there are common tools that can be managed to the course and organization tools. So some of them will be through your admin panel under tools and utilities, selecting tools. Some others are under course settings in the same admin panel if you select course tools, and also some of them for the same flow but for organization settings where you can access organization tools. So here there are common tools and management considerations that will be key for you. I'm going to let you know about these specifics and you can go through the menus that I showed before to find them. So, announcements. This controls the visibility of the course organization tab and hence the ability to use the feature. If you want to use them in courses, then that's a great tool for instructors to communicate with the whole class, maybe a weekly message or announcement for all of them to track or to let them know or remind work that will be for that week. Attendance. This controls whether the plus sign in the grades area displays an option to an attendance column, as well as the visibility of the option under the details and actions area. So if you're going to use it or not, those two areas will be affected. Class Collaborate Ultra. This can be managed and set on or off can be individually toggled at the course organization level under course settings or organization settings if set unlocked. If you are a client that no longer uses Collaborate, it is not uncommon that you may not have formally disabled this tool. It is highlighted here as something to review, given that the option for Collaborate is more visible in Ultra courses or Ultra organizations in the details and actions area, and you may need to turn this tool off if you're not using it. Progress tracking. This can be managed and set to on or off and can be individually toggled at the course or organization level under their settings. Same as as the option before. This feature provides a level of tracking for instructors as well as a progress bookmarking experience to students. Many institutions will default this to on, but leave it unlocked so instructors can adjust per course. I will highly recommend to keep that on. Students loves it. They can mark where they are in the course if they have read something, if they submit work that adds a green check mark. I think it's pretty good. And roster. This can be managed and set on or off and can be individually toggled to on the course level if you check under course settings or organization settings if you're working on organizations. The most common use case for setting or defaulting to off is for organizations for external courses where privacy of enrollments is desired. When unlocked, the instructor can adjust at the course organization level. So, in this case, please note that at the course level, the roster can be hidden by the instructor from the students, but the instructor will still see and be able to access the roster and check there for accommodations and member information too. And one more that maybe is not in the slide messages. Again, this can be managed and set on and off, individually toggle at the course level under course settings or organization settings. This tool does contain additional settings, though that are global and not node or institution hierarchy level manageable. It is great if you check at this, and if your institution uses messages, you will have the opportunity to send internal messages to students or to instructors within an internal inbox for the course, and they can also copy or send an email copy with that message. I think that's also a great tool here. All right. So let's move to the AI design assistant, this great tool that we have for you on the Blackboard Ultra experience. Anthology's trustworthy AI framework provides full clarity of our company approach to AI. These are the core principles that have informed the development of AI Design Assistant and will continue to be our guideposts moving forward. The first of these is about fairness. We design all of our products with accessibility and inclusivity in mind, and our work with AI is no different. Secondly, reliability. We know AI is still evolving, and generate AI can occasionally produce inaccurate results. So we also require instructors to review and approve any content before making it student facing. You'll find that in some cases there are not, for example, there are not select all. We really want them to review each option, select one by one, and approve it. After this is a great segue into our third principle here, humans in control. Humans, in this case, instructors and instructional designers, are in the driver's seat when it comes to when and where they use AI. And even before it gets to them, the institution decides what features to enable and even who can use these features too. And that's what I'm going to show you next. Now, when it comes to the institution being in control, we always want to be transparent. Institutions will have an audit trail showing them when and how AI systems are used, as well as transparency on how they function and how to interpret or and act on the outputs. Of course, privacy, security, and safety are paramount across all anthology products, and AI systems are not exception. No data from institutions is used to train models, and as always, your data is kept secure, safe, and private. And value alignment. As you can tell, these principles are reflective of our values as an organization focused on fairness, transparency, privacy, and so on. And as such, we're calling out that any use of AI systems align to these human values as well as those of our clients and end users. Lastly, accountability. We are ensuring there's clear accountability on the trustworthy use of AI systems. This extends from ourselves to our clients, as well as our providers of AI systems. In this instance, Microsoft, who were partnered with in creation of these AI capabilities. And it isn't mentioned on the slide, but I want to know that we also have an AI advisory council. This group is promised of clients from around the world, and they were heavily involved in defining these principles and continue to advise us as we continue to explore ways to work with AI in the education space. So, great reminder here. We are leveraging AI to inspire and streamline the course building process so instructors and instructional designers can build more engaging courses more quickly, freeing them up to focus their energies and expertise on the other tasks. Institutions and instructors are always in control, as I said before, from choosing when and who can opt into the AI features to what content is approved for teaching and learning. Humans are always in control, and instructors have the ultimate say on what happens in their courses. Per our general approach to privacy and our guidelines in the trustworthy AI approach, no data is shared with AI from the within the Blackboard environment. So these are the current AI design assistant and Unsplash features. You can auto-generate learning modules with or without images in it that are auto-generated too. You can also generate a banner or more than generate, select an Unsplash image to be added into the course banner. And also within the content editor images, you'll find the options. You can continue upload that from your local device, or now you can select from Unsplash repository or request that image to be generated. You can create test questions if you are adding questions into a test, or generate a whole question bank. You can auto generate rubrics from the gradebook or from the assignment that you are creating. Also, generate journals and discussions that will be journals titles and prompts, same for discussions. Now you can also add an AI conversation that will be like a simulated conversation for your students to interact with an AI persona that you set up in advance. You can evaluate the conversation, the simulation, and also a reflection question after that. You can select out of Socratic questioning or role play conversation types. And you'll see the Unsplash repository available through these options within your course. The AI Design Assistant and Unsplash configuration can be found under the Building Blocks and Install Tools area in within the Integrations module of the admin panel. Make sure when you're there, you jump to Building Blocks, Install Tools, and within that option, you'll find the AI Design Assistant and Splash, and there you can view their components and settings. Also, the AI Design Assistant aids instructors with the creation and design of new courses. It is intended to inspire instructors and make course creation more efficient. Anthology has partnered with Microsoft to provide this functionality. In this case, you can control the ability of every feature of the AI Design Assistant. You can turn on the role play feature. AI conversations must be turned on first. And Unsplash is a separate feature that is also accessible from the AI Design Assistant page. So if you enable Unsplash, instructors will be able to access Unsplash's gallery of stock photos to use as images for learning modules. So you'll see this kind of screenshot that we have here with the AI course features, and you can turn them on or off depending on your internal strategy for the course creation. Remember, you must permit the use of AI Design Assistant privilege to the course role in order to allow users to take advantage of the AI Design Assistant. For example, this allows you to provide the AI Design Assistant to course builders, but not to adjunct faculty based on your institution's policy. You'll see that also through the course or organization roles when you click on Manage Privileges for, in this case, instructor or leader that we have here. And that privilege is called Use AI Design Assistant. So make sure that you go through both building blocks and tools and then include that privilege for the specific role. All right. Now we need to talk about key ultra features. This is introducing a few of the most popular of the ultra features, and this is what some other institutions already loved. Instructors know that content design and visual appeals is critical to creating an engaging course that supports learner needs. Documents in Ultra provide robust options for content design. You'll see that new document experience with specific areas. You'll find a menu bar. You can add content blocks, and after you have added them, you'll see a resizing and moving block. So the layout in the document will be more engaging and fun. If you add a content block here, you can work with the content editor. If you add HTML or blog, you can also add content via HTML or CSS in the document. This will require the HTML feature be enabled from the admin panel too. You can add knowledge checks also for the students as a short question, short formative questions for students to check if they are understanding or know the content. This is not related to the gradebook and will give you some metrics for instructors. You can upload a file as an attachment. You can also attach those from your local device or from cloud provider or even from the content collection. You'll see also a blog to add images. You can upload an image from your device. If your institution uses the AI design assistant feature, you can also generate images or choose stock images from Unsplash. There's an audio and video blog. This records camera, audio, screen, or audio on screen. You can also upload a video or audio file from your device. This requires Video Studio to be enabled, and this feature is a premium solution. You will be able also to convert a file. That's another block available to add into a document. You can browse for files on your local machine. Once selected, the system converts the file into the document format. That's great and saves a lot of time. Converted file types include PDF, PowerPoints, and Word documents. Converted content should be reviewed for accuracy. In this Ultra experience, you will find not only documents but also class conversations. These provide learners with an opportunity to engage in informal discussions with instructors and classmates about a specific piece of content or assessment. So that's available to turn that on the settings of a document or assessment. During these discussions, learners can ask for help, share resources, or respond to questions from their peers. As the conversation unfolds, it remains tied to the corresponding content. So you don't need like one big discussion, or instructors don't need to add just one big discussion for the course with lots of different topics. They can just enable class conversations in some of the key items in the course, and that will be it. I mentioned progress tracking before as the key configuration or settings for you to check. So, this is how the experience will be for students and for instructors. Having progress tracking turned on allows instructors to use this as a monitoring and retention tool to better understand what content and assessments learners have reviewed. It is also an easy way for learners to keep track of what they have done inside each one of their courses. Enabling the progress tracking in a course produces a student progress tab gradebook for instructors. So the instructors will have a mirror to see what the students are doing in the course. This is accessed from the list view of the gradebook. Then students and selecting a specific learner, it can be filtered to all items or only those currently visible to learners. And that's how that will appear. At the institutional level, you can choose to enable or disable the option for progress tracking. That's how I show you at the beginning of the webinar. If enabled, instructors can decide whether or not to turn on progress tracking for their course at any time. With progress tracking, you'll see some specific things. Visual indicators, so learners can track their own progress. Those are these radio icons before every title in the course. A student's progress report for course content, and a student progress tab in the student overview for each learner in a course. Now in Ultra, you'll have up to 4 gradebook views. There are 4 default gradebook views to aid in the proper setup of the gradebook and evaluating learners. There is a 5th view for institutions using goals in the system, that is the Mastery tab. This will be visible based on the environment, administrator, and instructor options. On this view, you'll find the overview. That's the first one. Then gradable items, grades, and students. Under overview, this will display grading tasks for the instructor to complete. So you can focus on what needs grading, needs post, and some other options. In the gradable items view, displays a list of gradable items providing information about learner submissions and grading details. You can also sort based on categories, grading status, and some others. Under grades view, this provides a view of columns and rows identifying learners and gradable items, and this is a traditional gradebook view. I actually love that one. For the student view, provides an area in the gradebook to review individual learners' grades, last access date, and some other. And instructors can select a learner's name to go to the student overview page. And if your institution uses Goal and has the Mastery tab in it, this must be enabled by administrator. That tab allows instructors to view how learners' course activities align with institutional goals. Based on the goal performance scale set by the institution, the tab displays the mastery of each alignment. All right, that's everything you need to know as an administrator to start checking settings configuration, make sure that instructors has all the tools available for them to start using and have the best experience in the ultra course view. We also want to remember that we have available our exemplary course themes and rubric. This will uh, provide four areas for instructors and designers to assess or evaluate their own courses and see how they are doing in terms of course design, interaction and collaboration, assessments, and learn support. You can access this through our community, so you can have the rubric and their descriptions and specific goals there. If you're not part already of our anthology community, this is a great opportunity for you to join. You'll have access to community programs, you can submit product feedback, and you can also share your experience and learn from other institutions' journey and best practices. We have some Blackboard resources for you. Make sure that you visit our site, the Anthology community, and within the Anthology community, the Anthology Idea Exchange, and you'll have all the help you need also through our help page. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. We really want you to be successful in this modernization process. Thank you so much.